It's Malachi Church versus State as I sit here in this little boat that I got gifted to me. I think it was more of a gifted burden than it was a gifted pleasure, but I'll make the best out of it. I've totally just come through and torn everything up and going to make it as beautiful as I can. Totally, well, that's not painted yet. That's just primer. Anyways, starting to work on the inside. And then we will work outward. It's kind of like life, you know. If you work on the inner part of you, the outward will then be easier. And actually, when people see the outward and the inward, they'll be even more impressed by you, I guess. But this topic's about the fact that my kid should be here helping. Now there's a couple reasons why he's not. One reason is my daughter's going to show up at 4, and I don't know if I'll be back in time, so I let him stay. But the other reason he told me before that was, I want to go see my girlfriend. And I'm thinking, well, wait, on the whole time that my son realized that I got a boat, it was, man, I want to be on that boat. Man, that'd be cool to be in that boat. Man, it's like, now that we have it, you know, now that he sees the work involved, which there's a lot of work involved, you know, there's all that, there was that on the other side, there's so much stuff. That's just the inside. We got to work outside too. But now that he sees all the work involved, it's kind of like, you know. But he's 16. I get it to an extent. When I was 16, I had my own company, but that's another story. But it's kind of like life, you know. God, he worked so hard, you know. I don't think we really even understand how hard he worked to create what we have around us, what we see, what's outside there, you know. And he worked, let's say, his day is 1,000 years, that's what it says. Could be a million years, who knows. But so he works 6,000 years. 6,000 years of labor to create what we have around us. Then he relaxes for a day. And what happens? Lucifer and fallen angels, the whole thing, everything disrupted. His whole creation is almost totally destroyed. You know, it's not totally destroyed, but the essence of him being able to come into this world as it sits now is an impossibility because of its sinful nature. And he can't be around sin. So now he left. And he's building a new place. And that has probably taken 6,000 plus years, right? Obviously it would. Because we'll have a millennium on the earth for 1,000 years. Anyways, here's the situation. So he gives us all this, and instead of us saying thank you and working it, as he said, be fruitful and multiply, as far as on the 6th day when he created man and woman, and then even to Adam, which he gave the garden to, and says, hey, you know, this is yours just as much as it was mine. How they get turned, you know, even Eve got deceived by guilty pleasures. It's kind of like my kid, oh, I want to see my girlfriend. Oh, I see this. No, we're working on the boat. You know, so he doesn't argue with me too much, but, you know, as far as, like I said, he's 16, so I can only expect what I can expect out of him. But the same thing applies with us, man. It's like we're here on this earth, and what do? We allow relationships to distract us from God. We allow so many different things to distract us from his creation, from his labor. You know what I mean? While he was sitting there working and working and working and working, well, what were we doing? Well, maybe we weren't even created then, but what do we do now? Do we accept it? Do we understand it? Do we praise it? Do we thank him for it? What do we do? So many online people just bitch and moan about, you know, when the Antichrist is going to come, when World War III is going to come, all this crap, and they miss the fact that God gave you what you got now. Enjoy it. Because the best is yet to come. And if you can't enjoy this, if he can't take care of this, if he can't work and labor and help him make what he created even better and be the upkeeper. It's like this old boat. The reason why this old boat is like this, because nobody kept it up. They didn't care. They're selfish. You know, it was all about them. It's not about fixing it. I got this boat because I care about some guy that's not even my family member. He's just an old guy that's you know, I've learned, we've become friends over the years, all right? So, of course, he was, you know, one of the biggest rock promoters of the music world, so I know him through the music world. And I know that he's a giving individual. He's always giving, and everybody's always taking. No one ever helps him. And the reason why we're friends is because I've always helped him, right? So, like this boat, I helped him. I didn't need it. I can't afford it, but I did it because I help him. But that's so I can make this new again. That's so I can take this old boat, you know, this old sailboat, and, you know, set it back on a journey through life again. Right? So, stop complaining about the world and what's going on in the world. Understand it's there, but enjoy what God's given you. And if you can fix something in the meantime, even if it says it'll be destroyed by fire, that's irrelevant. The thing is that God wants people to take care of what He's already given them. Stop worrying about what could be and should be and maybe won't even be, or we have no clue what will be. But take what you can and make it work. Because that's what it's all about. And no excuses. No, hey, God, dude, you know, I got to go out with my girlfriend or my wife or this or that. I mean, if your wife's with you, bring her. Plant a garden with her. Do things with her. If you got kids, do things with them. You know, my kid was here all the other day, so I'm not bitching about him. He did all this, so he did okay. So, but the thing is just be a good keeper of what we have now. Realize that He spent 6,000 years of hard labor to create what we have now. Everything that we see, we touch, we feel was created by Him. I don't care if it's a bag of chips here. Oh, He didn't make the chips. Oh, who made the potatoes? Oh, He didn't make the bag. Oh, who created the oil that created the substance and even create this bag? He created all things. The ink on the back. I mean, everything. Everything. So we need to give thanks to that, appreciate that, and be a good steward to that, you know. That's why you just don't throw this, you know, overboard and in the water or whatever. You actually take care of it. Actually, if you're a good steward, companies like this would not be making their bags like this. I used to have a coffee company, and there are ways to bag things in which they're biodegradable, but people don't care about that either. So, anyways, this is Malachi Church for State signing out. I'm going to get back to work here and see what else I can do. The front half's done on the inside, and now I got to work here in the aft end of the cabin. And there's more to do. There's always more to do. Until it sinks, until it's sold, until something else happens, until it's completely finished, there's always something to do. Even when it's finished, there's still maintenance, there's still upkeep, there's still... It's just life, man. But if it's our life, think about His life and give a little appreciation to it, would you? That's all He asks. You do that of Him, He'll do lots of things for you. Malachi signing out, Church for State. Hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent, and be baptized. Bye.